Hi flippers, this is your video 8.6. Our goal for today is use the properties of prisms, pyramids to solve volume problems. Your IXL skill will be T4 and T5, so make sure you get that done. Whole new skill. So today we're going to be learning about volume. And this is our first real introduction to volume, so I want you to write this down. This is our definition. Volume is the three-dimensional space an object occupies. And another way to refer to that is capacity, aka capacity. So let's think about what that means in a real-life context. Imagine you had a water bottle. Well, volume would be how much air or how much water you could fill into your entire water bottle. So I'm drawing that in there. There's my water going into my water bottle. You could have a similar situation with something shaped like a prism. So let's say you had a sandbox for some reason. Let's say you were like a 6-year-old. You have a sandbox. The total volume of your sandbox would be how much sand you could fill in to your whole sandbox. Yeah, there we go. How much sand you could fill into your sandbox. So let's look at that with one particular object. Let's say I had a prism or a box, and my box, here's my box. Got to make sure I'm drawing my dotted lines right so you can see the two sides of my box, the front and the back. Okay, there it is. So my box, let's say the dimensions of this box. And remember, dimensions means length, width, and height. Let's say it's a 2 width by 5 for height. And our length or depth is going to be 3. Okay. Volume means the total number of cubic units that can fit into your object, which is also capacity. So let's break this down. If we're looking at this box, how many cubes will fit in a single layer at the bottom of this box? A single layer. And one layer would be, one single unit. So it would mean going up in terms of height by 1 unit. Not 2, not 3, just 1. So how many will fit in this bottom? Well, we have to look at our base now. And our base here is 3 by 2. So if we want to know how many cubes will fit into the bottom layer, we need to know how much our area is for this base. And 3 by 2 just means we multiply 3 by 2, and we get 6. So I could draw 6 cubic, or just cubes, into my box here. I'm just going to draw 1. So you have one little cube there. That's one of my units. Now the question is, second question, how many identical layers can be stacked in this box? Well, the height of our box, if you look at it, our height of our box is 5, right? So if we want to know how many layers, remember layers is going up in terms of units of 1, we can go up in terms of units of 1 5 times. So how many layers can be stacked? Well, that would be 5 layers can be stacked. Now let's put it all together. What is the total number of cubes that can be packed in this box? Well, we just said there's 5 total layers. And we also said that in a single layer at the bottom, we have 6 units. If you look at what I just drew, I drew our bottom layer. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now I need to think, oh, I can stack that 5 times. Well, if I recreate this layer 5 times, and in this layer there's 6 units, that means 6 units 5 times. Well, I'll get 30. 30 total units cubed. And that's actually my volume. We just found the volume. So I could even write volume V equals 30 units cubed. Now that's an awesome way to think about it, but we actually have shortcuts. We just derived the shortcut, but you can also use the shortcut, and the shortcut is your volume formula. Volume formula. So make sure you write this down. We're learning 2 today. First, the one for the prism, which is length times width times height, right underneath here. And next, the one for the pyramid, which is 1/3 of the base area times the perpendicular height, which looks like this. 1/3 base times height. Or down here. Make sure you write those down. Example problem 1. Lenny made a cube in technology class. Each edge measured 1.5 centimeters. What is the volume of the cube in cubic centimeters? So, I know that to find the volume of my beautiful prism, which happens to be a cube in this case, how convenient, you will see soon. Cubes, all the dimensions are the same. Remember, the formula is just length times width times height. So we plug in for length, width, and height, which is 1.5, 1.5, and 1.5. So we multiply that all together, and I get 3.375. And remember, it needs to be in cubic centimeters, which means centimeters cubed. Next, we have a pyramid problem. Now, going back to our pyramid, we know the formula for our pyramid volume is 1/3 base times height. So let's figure out the base and the height. The height is easy. The height has been given to us. It equals 29. The base is not quite so easy. The base, we need to find the area by solving for the area of our base, which is a square, which equals length times width, which is 21 times 21. That equals 441. Now I get to plug both those things into my formula. So I get 1/3 441 times 441, times 29. And I solve. And I get 4,263 meters cubed. Now time for your secret hot question. Solve for the volume and surface area of a square pyramid measuring 10 yards along each edge of the base with a height of 6 yards. So I'm going to start drawing you your 3-dimensional object. And I want you to practice putting in the correct units into your diagram. So what are they representing in your diagram? And I want you to solve for the volume and, as a refresher, the surface area. Have a nice night, flippers. See you tomorrow.